It is Wednesday, the 2nd of April, 2025. My name is Pigeon, and this is my song of the day. I often think about how my taste in music changes over the years, and I listen to a lot of music, as is probably evidenced by this show, across a lot of different genres, and at different times I've been into different artists and different genres more or less. I have phases where I only listen to an artist for a little time, and then I think, wow, why did I ever listen to them? Most of what I listen to just gets added to the pile, because I tend not to change too much. Like, I might not like it as much, but I'll go back and be like, oh, I still like that a lot. So I often think about, like, if I made this show 10 years ago, what artists would I be talking about all the time? What artists would I be talking about more? And one of those artists is Panic at the Disco. I think I've talked before on this show about how there was a group of artists like My Chemical Romance and stuff who I just wrote off entirely. I would see them on music TV and change the channel because I was like, oh, I don't like that shit. But I never really gave it a chance. And then this one friend of mine gave me My Chemical Romance CDs and Panic at the Disco CDs and various things to listen to. And that's how I got into them. And I still really love Panic at the Disco's first two albums, particularly their second. Their second is their best album, Fight Me. I don't love any of their albums after that. There are songs I like after that, but none of them are as good as their first two. A lot of that is because Ryan Ross and John Walker left. A lot of that is because eventually Spencer Smith left, and it just became Brendan Urie's vehicle, and Brendan Urie was always kind of the weak link of the band. Like, he has good vocals, but then he just kept fucking up his voice, and he comes across like an asshole generally. So, the more the band became what Brendan wanted, the less interested I was. But Pretty Odd, the second album, is like a weird psychedelic folky sort of album, very Beatles influenced, and also very influenced by mushrooms. And the song we're talking about today is the song Northern Downpour, which is probably it's a big fan favorite, probably one of their most loved songs by the fan base, I would say. And I really like it. The lyrics are very strange because it's, again, very influenced by the Beatles and mushrooms, but it just has this vibe that I very much enjoy. The music video is great. I will be referencing it, but it's not essential to enjoying the song. So let's go listen to it now and then come back in a few minutes and talk about it. And that was Northern Downpour by Panic at the Disco. I have long wondered what this song is about. Like I said, the lyrics are a bit odd, but there's a vibe to it. And I generally got the vibe correct, but I didn't know that the specific inspiration was the same thing as so many other songs we've talked about on this show, notably Maps. It was about them being on tour and missing the things they love, missing their girlfriends and missing home, And I think that's very interesting that this is what resulted. Kind of an abstraction of those ideas, I suppose. Now, the music video I really like because it features the band playing the song, and the lyrics keep appearing in places like on billboards, on marquee, in newspapers, all these things. My personal favorite is the guy wearing a t-shirt that says, "You clicked your heels and wish for me." I want that fucking shirt. You can get it on Redbubble. I want to get it. Hey, my birthday's in 28 days. Someone could buy it for me. Anyway, I will also say this album, some of the songs kind of go into each other, and the song before this on the album is called, oh shit, I can hear it in my head, but what is the song called? I Have Friends in Holy Spaces. That's the name of that song. Before this song on the album, there's a song called I Have Friends in Holy Spaces that ends with the "Hey moon, hey moon," and then goes directly into the do 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 opening guitar strums. And I enjoy them as a two-piece. I often think of them as a two-piece, but they're not really. They just happen to flow into each other on the album like that, But anyway, let's go through the lyrics, shall we? If all our life is but a dream, fantastic posing greed, then we should feed our jewelry to the sea, for diamonds do appear to be just like broken glass to me. And then she said she can't believe genius only comes along in storms of fabled foreign tongues, tripping eyes and flooded lungs, the northern downpour sends its love. Hey moon, please forget to fall down. Hey moon, don't you go down. Sugar cane in the easy morning, weather vanes my one and lonely. So, if all our life is but a dream, fantastic posing greed, then we should feed our jewelry to the sea. Life is but a dream, of course, is referencing Row, Row, Row Your Boat, although someone also pointed out that it could be referencing Alice Through the Looking Glass, which contains the lines, ever drifting down the stream, lingering in the golden gleam, life, what is it but a dream? Anyway, this is kind of talking about life being meaningless or at least not in a nihilistic way, but like, it's kind of just its own thing. And we should feed our jewelry to the sea. It's like saying that wealth isn't the most important thing in life, right? For diamonds do appear to be just like broken glass to me. He's kind of saying, what are diamonds? They're just jewels, and who cares about that, right? And then she said she can't believe genius only comes along in storms of fabled foreign tongues, tripping eyes and flooded lungs. The northern downpour sends its love. It sounds like it's talking about things being hard to understand to non-geniuses, if that makes sense. Genius only comes along in storms of fabled foreign tongues. Like it sounds like a foreign language, right? And then the northern downpour sends its love. I'm not entirely sure about why it's the northern downpour. Maybe it's just saying that like they've traveled up north, they're sending their love, and the northern downpour is like them crying, right? Is what it feels like to me, And then, hey moon, please forget to fall down. Hey moon, don't you go down. If the moon goes down, the night will end. It sounds like it's saying, I don't want this night to end because I don't want to go away from you again. You know what I mean? And then the bit about sugarcane in the easy morning weather vanes, my one and lonely. Not entirely sure why it's referencing sugarcane or weather vanes, but I do enjoy one and lonely. It's a good pun on one and only, and lonely, of course. The ink is running towards the page. It's chasing off the days. Look back at both feet and that winding knee. I missed your skin when you were east. You clicked your heels and wished for me. Through playful lips made of yarn, that fragile Capricorn unraveled words like moths upon old scarves. I know the world's a broken bone, but melt your headaches, call it home. And then the chorus again. So the ink is running towards the page. It's chasing off the days. Look back at both feet on that winding knee. It sounds like it's kind of saying writing songs is sort of his way of dealing with these things, And then both feet on that winding knee. Someone in Genius says this is probably referencing the fact that Ryan Ross was dating a dancer at the time. I missed your skin when you were east. You clicked your heels and wished for me. Just such a simple couplet, but my favorite line of the whole song, or two lines, I guess. That you clicked your heels and wished for me is so good. It's referencing The Wizard of Oz, of course, in which Dorothy clicks her heels 3 times and wishes to go home. And so it's you clicked your heels and wished for me. Through playful lips made of yarn, the fragile Capricorn unraveled words like moths upon old scarves. I don't know, man. I know the world's a broken bone, but melt your headaches, call it home. This is a lot of other people's favorite lyric, and it seems to be Ryan Ross's favorite lyric as well. He told Brendan Urie to pay special attention to it. But it sounds like it's saying, I know the world's a broken bone. I know the world can suck and sucks right now, but melt your headaches, call it home. But like, we can deal with it. We can get through it. We can melt that headache, right? And you get the chorus again, and then the post-chorus is just repeating the sugarcane and the easy morning weather vanes, my one and lonely. Then you get the hey moon in the background, and then it turns into sugarcane in the easy morning repeating, but then in the background you get the hey moon, please forget to fall down. Hey moon, don't you go down. You are at the top of my lungs, drawn to the ones who never yawn. It's an interesting lyric. I think you are at the top of my lungs is like you're the first thing I think about, you're the first thing I talk about, but also it could just be referring to like you are as natural to me as the air I breathe. And then drawn to the ones who never yawn makes me think of like staying up all night thinking about someone, and then that just repeats and fades out as it goes. Love this song, love the lyrics, love the music video, love the album. I recommend it, even if you think, Panic at the Disco, like I Write Sins Not Tragedies, Ballad of Mona Lisa, I don't like those. You don't need to. This album is very different to that. You just have to get past 9 in the afternoon, which is very silly. But like Northern Downpour, fucking When the Day Met the Night, The Piano Knows Something I Don't Know, Behind the Sea is a real dark horse favorite from mine. I wanted to talk about it, but those lyrics are incomprehensible. Folkin' Around as well, I also really like. Just a great album. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for listening. Please hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. Tell other people about this show. Thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you tomorrow.
Break it down.
Take a chance, take your shoes off, dance in the rain. Yeah, I was splashing around, and the news spread all over town. I'm not complaining that it's raining, I'm just saying that I like it a lot more than you think. If the sun will come up and sing with me. If the moon goes down, the world will end. Wait, no, that's Majora's Mask. Hold on. If the moon goes down, the night will end.